Welcome back. So, we were discussing jointly continuous random variables. So, we said x and y are jointly continuous if the joint law p x y is absolutely continuous with respect to Lebesgue measure on R 2, right. So, if you take any 0 area set Borel set on R 2, it should have probability 0 under the map x comma y, right. So, then we invoked Radon-Nikodym theorem and said that this p x y, the probability law, can be written as the integral of some non negative measurable function with respect to the Lebesgue measure lambda, right. And from there it followed that the joint CDF can also be written as an integral, namely f x y of x y is equal to minus infinity to x minus infinity to y f x comma y of s comma t dt ds. Right, and this f x y is the little f x y is what we interpreted as the joint PDF, joint probability density function. Again there are many textbooks, many authors who take this as the definition of a jointly continuous random as jointly continuous random variable. Grimmett-Sturzaker says if x and y are jointly continuous if the CDF has this kind of a form for some function, which is also correct, which is equivalent to the definition we gave, all right. Any questions on this? So, next we said that if you want to look at the marginal, right, if you want to look at just let us say f x of x, we can just send y to infinity in this, right. So, you will just put y equal to infinity here, and then what you will end up with is it will look like the integral of, so this is f x of x, right. So, this will look like the integral minus infinity to infinity f x y of s t, and you are integrating out the y, right, ds, and then you have that. So, that will be some non negative function of s, right, and then you basically you have established that the CDF, the marginal CDF of x can be written as minus integral minus infinity to infinity in minus infinity to x some function of s ds, which means that x should be a continuous random variable, right. So, this, and we can identify that as the density of f x of, I should say s, I think, right, f x of s, right. So, that was the logic. So, what this essentially says is that if x and y are jointly continuous, then x and y are separately marginally also continuous random variables. The converse of course is not true, right, we gave an example yesterday. So, with me so far? So, next I want to deal with independence of jointly continuous random variables. So, if x and y are jointly continuous and independent, so from independence I know that if x comma y are jointly continuous and independent random variables, then so we know this f x comma y of x comma y must be equal to f x of x f y of y. This is because of independence, right. Now, I can use the fact that x and y are jointly continuous. So, I can write this as for all x y, I can write this as this is true for all x y. Minus infinity to x minus infinity to y little f x y of s comma t dt ds is equal to integral minus infinity to x f x of s ds times integral minus infinity to t, well, minus infinity to y f y of y of t dt. How do I get this? So, I know that the joint CDF can be written like that, right, and this marginal. So, if x and y are jointly continuous, x and y are separately marginally continuous. So, I can write the marginal CDFs as also as integrals, correct. Then I will have, so let me just, so I can rewrite this integral as this guy as integral minus infinity x integral minus infinity y f x of s times f y of t dt ds, and all this is true for all x y. Correct. I am just writing this product as a double integral here. Okay. So, what can you say now? Looking at this equation, you have a certain integral, right? You have integral over the semi infinite rectangle of some function of two variables, which is equal to integral over the same semi infinite rectangle, that function, right, and this is true not for some particular x y, this is true for every x y in R, correct. So, we will see later that, so when this holds, whenever this kind of relation holds for all x y, if the integrals are equal no matter what set you integrate over, then it must be the case that the integrands, the function you integrate must be equal almost everywhere. Okay. So, this function must be equal to that function except possibly on a set of Lebesgue measure 0. Okay. So, this we will see formally later, but this essentially implies that. So, f x comma y of s comma t is equal to f x of s f y of t for all s t in R except possibly on a set of Lebesgue measure 0. Okay. So, this is called so I mean this is called when an equality holds everywhere except possibly on a set of Lebesgue measure 0, you call this almost everywhere A E. The equality holds almost everywhere on R 2, okay, A E, just like A S almost surely means except possibly on a set of probability 0, same similar kind of a terminology is followed here. Are there any questions? So, if you have jointly continuous random variables which are independent, then the joint probability density function factorizes into the product of the marginal PDFs. The converse is also true, by the way. If you have this relation almost everywhere, then you can show that x and y are independent. With me? Very easy.
fxy of st has nothing to do with Lebesgue measure.
No. So, what I am saying essentially is that, so you have one integral of let us say some star d lambda, that is what you have, is equal to integral of some dagger d lambda, okay, over the same set, and this is true no matter what set you integrate over. Then you can say that star and dagger are equal. See, star and dagger are two functions. Okay. So, the star and dagger are equal except perhaps on a set of lambda measure 0, whatever measure this lambda is, in this case it is Lebesgue measure. This is something we will see later. Okay, the integrands must agree except possibly on a set of lambda measure 0, whatever measure you are integrating with. Here it is just Lebesgue measure. Okay. In particular, what it means is that this relation does not have to hold everywhere, it can fail to hold on set, say a countable set or some Cantor set or something like that, something of 0 measure.
So, is this because of Radon-Nikodym derivative? It does not, as in it is not differentiable everywhere.
No, that is not the point. So, I am talking about the, see, all I know is that these two integrals are certainly equal, right. So, normally if you say, I mean even in Riemann integration, right, if you say integral a to b f x dx is equal to integral a to b g x dx, and this is true for all a b, okay, then you can in fact say that f x and g x are equal except maybe on some countable set of points or maybe finite set of points, right. But with Lebesgue measure, Lebesgue integral, you can even say that so changing, so you know this, the changing the functional value at a few points does not change the integral, right, that is what, that is where this is coming from, right. If I just redefine the function at one point, the integral does not change, right. So, if I say two integrals of two functions are equal, the functions may not be equal everywhere, right, they can disagree on let us say a few points, right. See, we will prove this later, okay, what I just said we will prove later when we do integration. Any other questions?
It is because of continuity of PDF. Is it because of continuity of PDF? Because minus infinity to x f of x is equal to minus infinity to x plus f of x. This possesses some epsilon.
No, it is not because of that. So, there is no this f of x need not be continuous, PDF need not be continuous, right. All right, any other questions? Okay, so just like so just like we did it for discrete random variables. So, we define joint PMF and then went on to define conditional PMF, remember. So, we fixed the value y equal to y and asked for the PMF of x is equal to x given that y equal to y. We will do the same thing now, except we run into a little bit of rough weather. Okay. What I mean, so if you want to do a conditional, so if you want to define a conditional PDF, so the main roadblock is the following. You want to condition on y taking the value little y, right, but you cannot do that because singletons have 0 probability for continuous random variables, right. So, it is not as easy as the case where x and y were both discrete, there was no problem, right, it was an elementary definition. So, you want to define something like this. So, we want to define something like this, want to define f x given y of x given y as, so we want this to be roughly probability of x less than or equal to little x given y equal to y, right. This is what, so this is, if this is my conditional, this is not my conditional PDF, this is my conditional CDF, let us say. right. So, this will be, so I want the probability that x is less than or equal to x given that y has taken some value, right. Suppose you have already seen y, right, you want to talk about the conditional distribution of x. So, the main problem here is that, but y equal to y has 0 probability, right. So, you cannot, it is not so easy to do this, you cannot even, so even writing this is a meaningless thing, right. I only, so you can keep this under like some kind of a, this is highly informal statement, right. I want to define something like this, but I cannot. So, what is on the right side of the conditioning must be a strictly positive probability event, right, but I cannot do this, right. This is something I made very clear when we define conditional probability. So, what do we do now, right. So, let us say no, here x, in everything I am going to say x and y are jointly continuous. Okay. So, the only thing we can do is to condition on some very small set which has not 0 probability, but close to 0 probability, right. So, what we will do is the next best thing, instead of condition on y equal to y, which we cannot do, I will condition on y lying in the interval y plus delta or y minus delta y plus delta, it does not matter, right, some tiny interval, and then I will send delta to 0. Okay. That is the next best thing I can do, right. So, here is the motivation for how, so finally I am going to define a conditional PDF as some definition which I will give, but I am going to motivate it with a very informal calculation, okay, of what it is supposed to be, right. So, let us say motivation. So, so this is this you get, right. So, let us condition on y lying in y comma y plus delta for small delta. Okay. So, then you will have this, right. So, then you will have right. So, this will be the conditional CDF given that y is capital Y is close to little y, not necessarily equal to little y, but close to little y. Okay. Well, ideally I guess I should say that, right. Okay. This is well defined, assuming that y takes values in y plus delta with positive probability, right. So, this is a, so if this has positive probability, this is well defined. Okay. So, this is like probability of A given B, which is probability of A intersection B over probability of B, right. So, this is like, see I am not proving anything, this is an informal calculation. Okay. So, do not take this too seriously. Finally, I will use this calculation to motivate my definition. So, x comma, so okay, that is fine, and then y less than or equal to y less than or equal to little y plus delta over right. So, can I write these guys as this I can write in terms of the joint, right, and this guy I can write in terms of marginal of y, right. So, what will this be? So, if I so the denominator is much easier, I will write f y of y plus delta minus f y of y, right. If this is positive, this is well defined, and what is on top is it will be the joint, right. It will be the joint of, let me write this properly, f x y of x comma y plus delta minus f x comma y of x comma y, right. No, so now what if I send delta to 0? So, let us say now, okay, so now this looks very this invites me to divide both numerator and denominator by delta, right, very inviting, right. So, if I do that, so roughly what will this look like? This will look like this will look like the PDF, right. So, roughly, so I mean as it is, this is roughly small f y of y times delta, right, approximately, and this will be this will be like a partial derivative on y, right, x is fixed, correct. So, you will look, so you will get something that looks like the partial derivative with respect to y of the joint divided by the marginal PDF, right. So, this is what is going to motivate my definition now, okay. So far is just informal computation, now I am going to give a definition. So, definition you do not say why, right, I mean it is just what it is, it is a definition, right, and that is the informal motivation for it. So, definition.